Hello and welcome back to the NAS Metal Productions channel here at YouTube. Welcome to episode number 25 of Album of the Week. So, for this week's spotlight of course goes to the debut from Metal Church, which of course was released back in 1984. Just like the last album, which was last week, which was, of course, was Methods of Madness by Obsession, I also reviewed this album as, of course, a part of U.S. Power Metal Month. Because Metal Church, of course, are a heavy speed thrash power metal kind of hybrid band. And though, with all the hybrids and everything, they're a fucking great band no matter what. Definitely one of the best metal bands for sure, and to some extent kind of criminally underrated because are usually not considered everyone's favorite band. But of course, they may not be my completely favorite band, but I don't know. I just love this band also at the same time, so it's a no-brainer to be quite honest. Anyways, not going to spout off too much, but this is just a great debut album, and it's still a debut album that holds up. There really is no bad song on this album, Beyond the Black, Metal Church, which of course the title track, Merciless Onslaught, one of the best instrumentals, fucking great track. Definitely one of the other reasons why Metal Church were kind of labeled a thrash metal band back in the 1980s, before then kind of being considered this and this and this. But still, with that, great. Gods of Wrath, great fucking ballad in a way. Definitely so more in the vein of like Beyond the Realms of Death. That's pretty much there, Beyond the Realms of Death. Hitman, another great track. In the Blood, my favorite. Nightmare. Battalions, fucking great. This is definitely one of the more power metal tunes off this album. Fucking great. And of course, we got their cover of Deep Purple's Highway Star. Not necessary, but to me, they pull it off in a great fashion. I think I might have said that already in my review for this one back in 2016, but still, it's a fucking great track anyways. I do dig it. Brings back a lot of memories. Just this whole album, though. This was the first Metal Church album I ever bought. And it was the first one I ever listened to. And the fact that this album still holds up is great. Of course, I do love The Dark. That was released after this one. That's definitely one of the last really good albums from the late David Wayne, who actually sadly passed away back in 2005 on May the 10th, which his anniversary was several weeks ago. So, forgot about that. I could have definitely done some sort of tribute there with this one. But, whatever. We're getting it late. Still, great. Just a phenomenal album for sure. Just everything about the sound's fucking great. And definitely, have I just said fucking great as many times as possible, because that's the only way I can sum up this damn album. Anyways, of course, Metal Church released several albums after this one with definitely some different eras, like this album and, of course, The Dark. And Masterpiece from like 1999 was pretty much the three of the only of the David Wayne era, sadly. And Masterpiece, I mean, not a bad album, but it's definitely not these first two Metal Church albums. It was definitely kind of the weakest output with him. But the stuff with Mike Howe, that's all fucking great. Those are all good albums there. Blessing in Disguise, Human Factor, Way of the World, and of course, 2016's album, XI, or 11. That's, again, fucking great album. One of the best of 2016. That was a great album. And of course, then you got the stuff with Ronnie Monroe, which usually is to some people hit and miss, but to be quite honest, there really isn't a bad album even from within that lineup. I really dug those albums as well. So to be quite honest, Metal Church are kind of like our answer to the Saxon. They just seem to really not release albums that are not completely bad, but aren't nearly as good at times here and there, some or so. But still, there's just when you got a whole array of other albums, most of your output being just solid, it just means that it's just kind of like that with Saxon as well. So they're kind of like on that sort of same pedestal, and I put them there. Just great stuff. So with that, this is definitely a great pick for Album of the Week. I know everyone's pretty much heard this album, right? Has anyone ever heard this album? I think anyone that's subscribed to my channel probably has. So with that, you already know, and you already gonna have your, your opinions, your thoughts, and everything. You're reminiscing on an album and everything, and so on. So with that, I can just end it right here. Hope you enjoyed this pick, and definitely it's a great spotlight for this week. So until then, this is Henry Thrasher. Sam out. I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone.